Good evening.
Hi, down here.
Oh, there you are.
Hi, I'm from the U.S. I'm actually come all the way here from Florida. I work in the industry of Dawn of the Underground. It is my absolute pleasure to be here. I know, to be here in France and being the first question. Thank you very much. First question is, I've noticed a lot of differences in France compared to American concerts. You guys just have so many wonderful aspects that they've thought out over here. If there was one aspect of French concerts compared to American, what would you like me to take back to America?
That's a great question. I mean, we notice it too. There seems to be a level of planning and coordination that happens within all European festivals, to be honest with you.
Correct.
That the US seems to be
lacking,
catching up with. You know what I mean? It's the planning, it's the layout of everything seems to be spot on in Europe, you know. So I think they're getting there though, the US. So we play some great US festivals too. So they're not far behind.
Yeah, they're coming up very much so.
We've only been in France about 20 minutes, so give us a minute. We'll tell you after the concert.
Well, then catch up with me later, and I'll show you some of the differences. It's with men and me.
No, I know, I was kidding, but we've done Hellfest before, and it's a great, great festival.
Yeah, I've just been very impressed. Well, here you go. Here's the next question.
Hello, my name is Nicholas. I'm not American, sorry. Nobody's perfect. So my question is, how do you manage the duality of promoting such a massive album and at the same time thinking about Glenn's health issues? And by the way, the end of my question is not a question. Share some love to Glenn for us.
Yeah, we will do that, definitely, yeah. It's always a juggling act when you go out on tour with a new record. You know, we've got probably over 200 songs to choose from. We've got certain songs which are fans' favourites that we can't drop. And of course, we've got older songs that we want to bring back in that we haven't played, some we've never played. And it makes the threshold for new material comparatively short, you know. We've managed to squeeze 3 in so far. We try to jumble them around as we're going along, you know. We'll take one out and put another new one in, just so, you know, we can get to play, hopefully, most of them live sooner or later, you know. But it's hard work, you know. It's a pleasant hardship, but hard work nonetheless.
Hi, I'm Amelia from Twin Music. So my question is, your new album Firepower goes back to the roots of your music. What made you want to go in this direction?
I don't think it was a conscious thing to go back anywhere, you know. I don't think I can only speak for the last 2. But the last 2 records we didn't try to go back to revisit anything, you know. I think that character that we all hear and love and know about Priest is inherent in the 5 guys playing the music, you know what I mean? So if you hear something that references something from the past, that's, again, because of the character of the people playing. It wasn't like a conscious thing. We wanted to do a classic, heavy Priest record. But classic can mean so many things. And I think with the production team of Tom Allen and Andy Sneap, we had a classic producer that had been with the band for, you know, some great albums, and someone, you know, which was a modern producer, but a bit of an unknown entity with Priest. But I think they blended really well, and they got that classic character out of the band while still being relevant sonically in 2018. So again, it wasn't a conscious thing. It was just, you know, we wanted to be classic and heavy and forward-thinking in 2018.
Hey, Johan from Loud City. This is the 19th album. Where will you go?
To number 20, all being well.
That's a great question. I mean, if you'd have asked the same thing after 10 albums, you know, I'd imagine back in the day it would have been the same sort of question. Where do bands go? You know, who knows? You know, I don't think at the moment. I think we're all concentrating on the record's only been out 3 months. And you're asking where we're going to go next. That's amazing. You know, it's amazing how fast the world moves now, isn't it, really? But we're concentrating on the record, on the tour, on getting around the world with it, and then who knows, you know, so we'll see what the future holds.
Third row. Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello.
There are many great songs on your new album. My favorite one is No Surrender, and I guess it could become a perfect personal anthem for Mr. Glenn Tipton. So why won't you add it to your setlist for the reason?
Yeah, go on.
Who says we won't?
Yeah, we have plans, I think, to do it.
We're going to be out a while, so, you know, and I don't know if you've seen Glenn's shirt. We've just released Glenn's shirt at some gigs, and now we release them online as well. It says "No Surrender" on the back. So all proceeds from the T-shirt are going to go towards Glenn's Parkinson's charity of choice, and it actually says "No Surrender." So you're absolutely right. It's totally fitting for Glenn, totally fitting for heavy metal and heavy music. I think "No Surrender." We're all still here, and we're all powering forward. So it's totally right. You're absolutely right. But we're going to do it in the future, I think.
Next question. In the back, on the right.
Hi guys. I read in an interview that KK Downing said that he was surprised at how much the newer guitarist had resembled him in looks and playing style, and he said he was disappointed that he was not asked to rejoin the band when Glenn decided to step aside. Have you guys got to say on that, especially the older members like Ian?
I didn't know really where he was coming from with that comment. I think he's just playing a bit of mischief, to be honest. I mean, Ken's place in the band has already been taken. He's sitting right there, you know. There's also 2 albums down the road since Nostradamus, which was the last one he played on. And is he going to be prepared to play music from the new albums, you know, which he probably would not. And on top of that, he's going to have to learn Glenn's parts too, you know. So it's all reasons why we didn't. Apart from that, I mean, he's been retired for nearly 8 years. He hasn't set foot on stage, as far as I know, so he's hardly, you know, at the peak of his game at the moment. So, yeah, I weren't quite sure where he was coming from with that. I really don't. I think it might have been just a bit of mischief.
All right, next question, please.
You know, isn't it?
Carion, Sangazine from France. So what are your memories from Hellfest? It's not been the first time, so can you tell us about your memories from the previous Hellfest? How you like it?
It's one of those places in Europe where you get a lot of people from lots of different countries. You know, they seem to come in from everywhere. So you get a melting pot of different nationalities and, you know, languages and stuff like that. I remember, I don't know about you guys, but I remember looking off the stage and seeing like this Mad Max style flames and metal structures and everything like that. It's just, that's what sticks in my mind. Obviously a sea of people and just how well they make the festival look, you know. What about you?
Yeah.
Me again. I'm a big fan of Andy Sneap. He's a great producer for years. Big fan of Stuck Mojo. What's your favorite album of Andy Sneap? Of course, except Firepower.
I was just going to say Firepower. He's done good work with many bands, old and new. You know, he's been working with Saxon, Accept, over the years. It'd be unfair to pick one of them, you know. He's done great work over the years with all of those. And I think his crowning glory, I think, is being Firepower. But that's from a personal point of view, of course.
Can anyone else hear that, or is it just my brain?
No, is Manowar here?
Hello once again. If we look at the track listing of your new album, it's easy to understand what's inside of it. I mean, these song titles like Lightning Strike, Firepower, No Surrender, Lone Wolf, this is heavy metal to the core. So, in one hand, it's keeping the tradition of heavy metal alive, but in the other hand, these are kind of typical metal cliches. So, can you agree that there are some cliches in what you're doing, and do you even care about it?
Oh, you can find cliches anywhere, you know. And we're one of the oldest metal bands around, so most of the cliches belong to us anyway, you know.
Next question, first row, gentleman on the left.
Hello, Laurent from Metallian Magazine. A question especially for Ian. Since I see Judas Priest, Ian, you on stage, you stay back, very near from the drums, and you never quit your little square. You go in front of the stage Is it your way to feel the rhythm section and to feel the drums? Why do you always stay back near the drums?
It goes back a long time to the days where I couldn't hear myself play. And the only way I could keep in time was to watch the hi-hat of the drummer. You know, because I've got Glenn right there, I've got Ken on the other side of the stage and side bobbing. And that's one of the main reasons I decided to stay back. On top of that, you've got three great front men as well, you know. So it's best not to get in the way when they're running around. So, so I stay back there, I'm perfectly happy, you know.
Doesn't Ian now have like the most classic fucking heavy metal bass player, just stance and his movement? You know, he has now become an icon of just, to me, heavy metal bass guitar. Not only is he a great player, but just his image and what he does and has been doing for 40 years or something. It's crazy. You know, he's a very, very underrated, great bass player in my opinion.
And the check's in the post. So please don't, you know.
Hello? Yeah. So for France again, there were many changes to your set list on the New World Tour, and it was said that you had quite a tight schedule to organize everything, as the announcement that Glenn would not be fitting for the tour came late in the process. So I did manage to do it, and was it something you were willing to do for some time and maybe did not do, not just because of Glenn's issues, but was it something that came into the way of choosing the songs, except for the classic obviously?
We'd already changed the set quite a bit when we started band rehearsals, you know. It was just the five of us in a live room and you know, trying to get a set list together for the tour. Before the start of the last, I better go back a little bit. Before the start of the last tour, Glenn had already been diagnosed with his trouble, although he hadn't obviously made that public. The first couple of days, he was a bit rough, you know. But as the days went on, he got better and better and better. And by the time we were ready to go, he was there, you know, and he put in awesome performances on the last tour. We were kind of hoping the same thing was going to happen this time round. And into the second week, it was quite obvious that it wasn't going to happen, you know. But we had already changed quite a lot of songs in the set. We've been doing a lot of the same songs for a long time. I mean, they're fans' favourites as well. We were unsure about dropping them because we might have been disappointing people. But no, it hadn't really got anything to do with Glenn's problem. Because Glenn wouldn't have made it anyway, really, you know, which is sad to say. But having said that, he's going to come out to when he can, you know, when his health, when he's up for it, you know, he's going to come out and give it a go, which he has done already on several occasions. You know.
All right, thank you. The last question now. Hi, thank you. Paulo from Rock in Spain. So the question is about what does it mean for you touring again? Okay, what does it mean to you touring again and have a new album, and why Firepower?
Oh, sorry, you didn't get that. I'll be able to hear you now.
Okay, again. What does it mean for you touring again, have a new album, and why Firepower?
I don't quite understand that one.
Well, why are you guys still touring? Why the name Firepower?
Well, touring for any band is their life. I mean, this is what it's about. It's about human beings with ears and eyes sitting in front of bands, and we're all enjoying the music at festivals and individual concerts that we play and we go see when we're not playing. So to me, this is fucking rock and roll, man. You got to get out and you got to, you know, boots on the ground, as they say.
Oh, said Scott.
And we obviously have a great album, so we're more than happy to go out and tour for it. So that's my answer.
We're actually going to have one more question.
Yeah, you have one more.
Hello, it's Axel from Heretic Magazine and Metallian Magazine. And I would like to know if you are going to release Painkiller for the next future.
What do we what, sorry?
Last year you have reedited the album Turbo. And would like to know if you want to release again with some extra tracks.
it's a difficult one, you know. We've got a whole load of albums coming up with special anniversaries, you know, 20, 30, even 40-year-olds coming up. But while we're on tour, you know, promoting a new record, to try and go out and do a sort of a memorial sort of thing, or a reminder of some of the older ones, we just haven't got the time to do it, you know. Maybe a suggestion, sticking a couple of songs off the album in, that might be a good way to go, you know. But we had a window when we did British Steel. We went out and did that one. There was a window there where nothing was happening, you know, so we could go out, we could afford the time. We went out and did it, you know. But while all this is going on, you don't know. When the dust has settled, who knows?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Judas Priest once again. Thank you.